Couples grieving together, I feel like it is a personal, deep, and unique experience that can vary greatly depending on the individuals involved and the circumstances of their loss. While there is no one-size-fits-all example, I will provide 2 hypothetical scenarios to illustrate how couples might grieve together. And I would like for you to see which one is more beneficial to practice. But before we continue, I really think I should mention that if you have time, you really need to watch the previous video called Grief Untangled, Unraveling the Complex Emotions of Loss. It is the first interactive video. Now, there are 7 altogether that give you choices and actions to take. And if you keep watching until the end of this video, you will have the power to choose between 2 symbolic actions. Now, we should know that life is a journey of growth and self-discovery. And I believe by subscribing and clicking on the notification bell to my channel, you'll be exposed to serious topics just like this one, or motivational content and practical tips and actions to help you navigate life's challenges. We'll explore personal development, wellness, and strategies for achieving success and healing. So, get ready to unlock your full potential and embrace positive transformation by doing the work yourself with some support. And as your sis, I am here. Okay, now let's begin. Couples grieving together can be a challenging and emotional experience. While it is natural for individuals to have different ways of coping with grief, sometimes couples may find themselves arguing or grieving in a way that is not helpful or healthy for their relationship. I am going to give you a negative example of how a couple grieving together can go wrong. All right, you ready? Okay, so imagine a couple, we'll just call them John and Lisa. Okay, John and Lisa, that's who we're going with, who have recently experienced the loss of a loved one. Both Lisa and John are grieving, but they have different ways of expressing their emotions. Lisa tends to be more open and vocal about her feelings, while John tends to internalize his emotions and withdraw. In this scenario, Lisa may feel frustrated that John is not opening up and sharing his grief with her. She may interpret his withdrawal as a lack of support or emotional connection. Lisa might start arguing with John, accusing him of not caring or not understanding her pain. She may become increasingly angry and resentful, feeling like she is carrying the burden of grief alone. However, John may find himself engulfed by his own sorrow, grappling to articulate the depths of his feelings. He might interpret Lisa's frequent desire for communication as intrusive or pressuring. John may retreat and become defensive, avoiding any discussion about their shared loss. This can result in heated debates where he blames Lisa for not respecting his boundaries or comprehending his desires for a long time, ultimately driving him to seek solace at the bar. Lisa and John may find themselves trapped in a relentless cycle of accusations, fury, and miscommunication as the tension rises. Unintentionally, their words can inflict pain upon one another, intensifying their sorrow and placing a strain on their relationship. In this particular scenario, John and Lisa find themselves in a shared state of grief. However, their approach to this situation may not be the most effective in terms of fostering healing and providing mutual support. Instead of finding solace and comfort in their shared experience, they are engaged in heated arguments, further intensifying their pain. They start to drift away from each other and are now thinking about divorce. Couples in such situations need to recognize their different grieving styles and communicate openly and empathetically with each other. Now, I am going to use the same couple with different actions taken while grieving. So imagine a married couple again, John and Lisa, who have shared their lives for over a decade. They have forged a deep connection and have consistently provided unwavering support to one another through life's triumphs and tribulations. Regrettably, they have recently endured the heart-wrenching loss of a cherished individual in a catastrophic incident. In this particular scenario, Lisa and John discovered comfort in each other's company and relied on each other for assistance during this challenging period. They craft a sanctuary where they can freely pour out their emotions, exchange tales of their cherished ones, and discover solace in their collective encounters. They both understood the significance of seeking professional help to navigate their grief, so they attended grief counseling sessions together. By delving into the depths of the grieving process, they uncovered profound insights, acquired valuable coping mechanisms, and came to appreciate the unique paths their grief took. Lisa and John also derived strength from participating in activities that pay tribute to their loved one's memory. A beautiful memorial garden was created in their backyard, adorned with their loved one's favorite flowers and a dedicated bench for peaceful reflection. They also participated in charity events or support groups related to that loved one's interests or the cause of their loss. Throughout their grieving process, Lisa and John communicated openly and honestly with each other. They understood that grief can manifest differently for each person, and they respected each other's unique ways of coping. They provided a safe space for one another to express their feelings without judgment or pressure to move on. In addition to supporting each other emotionally, they also took care of practical matters together. They divided responsibilities such as organizing funeral arrangements, handling legal matters, and communicating with family and friends. By sharing these tasks, they alleviated some of the burdens and ensured that neither of them felt overwhelmed. Lisa and John also made an effort to maintain their connection as a couple. They set aside time for regular date nights or activities that brought them joy, even if it felt challenging amidst their grief. They understood that nurturing their relationship was essential for their own well-being and for the strength of their partnership. While this example is fictional, it highlights some ways in which couples might grieve together. It's important to remember that every couple's experience will be unique, and there is no right or wrong way to mourn. The key is to support and respect each other's individual journeys while finding ways to navigate grief together as a team, as a whole, as one, Now, I know I gave two extreme examples, negative and positive. Some of us may be in the middle somewhere between the two. And with that being said, I want us to take some time and reflect on both scenarios while we take our mental break. I would like to take this opportunity to say that grieving together as a couple can be both challenging and healing. So let's explore some helpful questions to help us along the way in our grieving stages. How are you feeling individually? How can you support each other? How can you honor the memory of your loved one together? If you have any experiences or stories to share regarding couples grieving together, please share. Please share. I would love to read them. Remember, your story can be a beacon of hope, a source of validation, and a catalyst for change. By sharing, you contribute to this community of support and understanding to us, your siblings, empowering others to grieve in healthy ways. Please share your stories in the comments below. I would appreciate it. They can generate stimulating dialogue. And just like a secret code, your likes and shares hold the power to reveal these hidden gems to a broader audience. By hitting that thumbs up button, You not only express your appreciation for the content, but also signaling to others that they too should embark on this incredible journey. Now, let's take our breathing break. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Now, I know I gave you guys 2 scenarios previously, but I do want to help with it, if I may. Grieving is a deeply personal and emotional process, and there can be challenges, and I want to break down some common challenges that people may face when grieving together. Number 1, different grieving styles. Each person has their own unique way of grieving, and these styles may not always align. Like Lisa, some individuals prefer to express their emotions, or others may be more reserved like John. These differences can lead to misunderstandings and difficulties in supporting one another. Number 2, vary timelines. Grief is a process that unfolds over time, and individuals may progress through the stages of grief at different rates. Some may experience intense emotions immediately, while others may take longer to process their feelings. This can create challenges in understanding and empathizing with one another's experiences. Number 3, communication barriers. Grief can be overwhelming, and it may be challenging for people to articulate their emotions and needs. This can lead to miscommunication or a lack of understanding among those who are grieving together. It's essential to create a safe and supportive environment where open and honest communication is encouraged. Number 4, unresolved conflicts. Grief can bring unresolved conflicts or tension to the surface. When grieving together, these conflicts may resurface and complicate the grieving process. It's crucial to address and resolve these conflicts in a compassionate and understanding manner to foster healing and support. Number 5, expectations and judgments. Society often has expectations and judgments about how individuals should grieve. These expectations can create pressure and make it difficult for people to express their grief authentically. It's important to create a non-judgmental and accepting space where everyone's grieving process is respected. Number 6, balancing support and self-care. When grieving together, it's essential to strike a balance between providing support to others and taking care of oneself. It can be emotionally draining to support others while dealing with personal grief. It's vital for individuals to prioritize self-care and seek support from others when needed. Overcoming these challenges requires empathy, patience, and open communication. It's important to acknowledge and respect each other's unique grieving process while providing a supportive and understanding environment. So just like the title of this session says, let's grieve. Both of you guys should find ways and activities that resonate with both of you, like communicating and supporting each other, seeking professional help, creating a memory box or scrapbook in their name, engaging in self-care activities, volunteering or donating in their honor, planning a memorial or tribute, take a break and travel, join a support group together, engage in creative outlets, and if you need some ideas, check out my previous videos in this series. And last but not least is practice self-compassion. I know that there was a lot in this video, and thank you for sticking in there with me, even though in this pathway I gave you a small exercise to do, right? But I would like for you to choose the next one. Will it be symbolic action 1, grief and the human experience, understanding the journey? Or symbolic action 2, grief and faith? navigating loss with spiritual resilience. I can't wait to see which one you pick. I really can. I think both are great, and you can choose both. Actually, I highly recommend that. But hey, it's your choice. So I will be there waiting no matter your choice. Your sis from a different miss has your back.